On the way back from St. Pete, this thing's not the happiest thing in the world right now. I've already had to pull over, turn it off and on, misfiring on cylinder 245. That's not great. I don't know what's going on, but we lit. A new dawn and a new day. It's a pretty nice day out. You know what that means? This thing is getting some so-called love. Little Amazon haul later. Showed you all the issues in the last video. Boom, $9. New Mickey Mouse flange. So this bolts into the engine block. Made of plastic from the factory. They break all the time. Tensioner with the extra idler. I think the idler is the one that's messed up. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember. This is the special stuff right here. So you remember how I pulled the spark plugs? I got new spark plugs for it. I opened it, but I saw this and I'm just like, oh my god. These are our new plugs. They're iridium, so like the NGKs. They say they fit in N55. I'm pretty sure they fit in N54. Don't know, don't really care. Because these were $25. Normally these are $25 each, but I got all 6 for $25. So I don't know how well these are gonna do, but I don't care. Got all the parts off. Yeah, this was our problem pulley. Right there. That is supposed to be ribbed. That is not supposed to be smooth. This came out with it. And you know, you gotta wonder, okay, why did this happen? You know, the bearing on this pulley is actually fine. You look right here and you're like, okay, what is this for? That goes to our tensioner. Don't know how that happened, but that's not supposed to happen, I can tell you that. Good thing Amazon's got a new one for me. Already looking pretty good, actually, so we're good. All right, new flange in. It's getting bled right now. Take this. Ooh. See? It's all new. Good. Can't really see. Yeah, we can kind of see the flange. It's new and nice, so we're good. No more noise. Just the extremely noisy injectors. And also, we're down to 2 lights. Yes! Graveyard. This is the graveyard right now. Destroyed pulley. Kind of messed up pulley. Pulley's fine. Annihilated tensioner. No coolant. Good old 7-Eleven coolant's gone. Got the old downpipes out. New ones are about to go in. Someone's definitely been in here before. Not to change out the downpipes, I can tell. But to do some wire repair. Repair is a loose term. You can kind of see right there. There's supposed to be a connector like that. That's just soldered straight on. And then right here, those are all exposed wires. So, I don't think it matters once I get the tune on, so I don't really care. Oh well. Alright, getting this wrapped up here. Come down to the bottom. New Versurf downpipes are in. Start it, sounds pretty good. I'll start it for y'all too. Yeah. I gotta do an oil change as well. Don't have to, but I'm gonna do an oil change as well. Just oil. Got a filter here. I don't really know why this was in the car. It was right next to the 7-Eleven coolant. I looked it up just to make sure I can't use that. That is for a Mini Cooper. I don't know if it'll work in here, and I just don't care. So, thumbs up. Alrighty, we got flow. It's not that bad. It's definitely not been changed in quite some time, but it's not that bad. That's filling up really fast. Alrighty, finally all done with it. Oil change, downpipes, upgraded turbos, bigger intercooler, updated That's the right key. Hold on. Keys don't work. I think the battery died, which would make sense. It's been sitting here for like 2 days. The battery's probably weak to begin with because Lord knows what this kid did before I had this car. And I had the water pump running and all the other little accessories, so I probably just killed the battery. Change that out, get it charged actually. I don't think I showed this last time, but when I mentioned the car, half the car didn't have power. You see right here how it's all kind of burnt up? This whole thing is actually a fuse. You can kind of see right here, there's metal, and these two connect to it, and this is the main power to it. So that's straight from the battery. The battery has its own cable, but this also has two cables that run to it. So when the other half of the car isn't getting battery, this is what I mean. So I changed this fuse out, started to work again. So conveniently, my jump pack is actually dead. So I'm gonna charge this up and then jump it through the jump pack on here. Hopefully it starts working now. There we go. It's actually pretty loud. So it just turned off on me again. Interesting. I guess every time like the battery goes flat, the active steering freaks out, makes you have to reset it again. So I tried doing that and it just turned off. This is weird. I just connected just the ground to it and it suddenly turned on. Not like the whole car turned on, but I could see the accessory turned on. So it may have some sort of ground fault, or it could just be something else. I don't know. It's not even on, so I don't know what happened. Weird. Alrighty, I think we're all good now. I reset the light. It's still making some noise from the front end, so like belt drive, but I replaced everything. It's weird, the farther away you are, like it's making a racket right now. But if I actually get up to it, I can barely hear it. You can kind of hear it whirling. As long as it doesn't cause an issue, I don't really care. But hey, we lit. So, got her running and driving. She seems fine. I don't really know what's going on with it not wanting to get power. I was at work and I had to put these papers in my car and it just wouldn't unlock, so I don't know what's going on there. And I put the key in, nothing would happen then. Then I just threw the papers in the car, went back out from being at work, and it's fine, so I don't really know. But it does sound good, and I drove it to go get gas for that car. I didn't have it misfire on me yet, and I got it up to about 60, kind of where it was doing it, but it does sound good. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but we might have an injector issue. I hope not, but we might. It is an N54, that's what they do. So it's been a little bit. Last night I got all the downpipes and stuff in. Took it to work, took it to go get gas for that. Took it back here, drove to a friend's house. Just wanted to get some miles on it with everything, because, I did actually a bunch of stuff. I still hear the noise in the front. I don't know what it is. I can't really be bothered at this point. Downpipes are good, not really leaking, I don't think. And one thing that is kind of unbelievable, those spark plugs kind of fixed my misfire, I'm pretty sure, because I checked the codes, popped them up, didn't see anything for it. It's got the secondary O2 sensor codes, but the car's not tuned, so that's going to be there, and they're both destroyed anyway. So $26 Amazon spark plugs. Actually unbelievable. Unbelievable they're working. I did do my research beforehand because they are for N55. They didn't have one for N54, so I kind of winged it. Doesn't really matter. They're $25, but they're actually one step colder. So the N55 cars are one step colder because apparently from the factory these were just too hot, and that's recommended when you do more mods like downpipes and a tune and stuff, which I haven't got to yet, but I'm about to. Like that car right there, that car has 2-step colder spark plugs because it's bigger turbo. It's got everything done to it. So that's already helpful with this, and they weren't like $100 extra because those plugs for that are like $100 if I order them. They're like $250 if I get them locally, and that's for one-step quarter ones, and one-step quarter ones for this for $25. Actually unbelievable. Also on the way back just now, I was giving it some throttle hits to kind of get the misfire to come back. I kind of feel something around 60 miles an hour. It could be the transmission. I can tell it's not the happiest thing in the world because as soon as you put it into drive, it kind of clunks forward if you're not on an incline, which is bizarre because like for this car, if I was on an incline, took the parking brake down and had any sort of pressure on the transmission, it would clunk into gear, and I changed out the fluid and it kind of fixed that. So I'm going to change out the fluid on this. A new pan for this is like $200, so I'm not going to do that because I'm not keeping it for long enough that that's going to be my problem. But it does shift good, so I'm not really worried about that. But it was taking full throttle hits, and actually it feels good. I mean, you know, I don't feel it missing. You know, it's not as fast as this car, obviously, but you know, I can tell it's faster. Just the next few steps with it are just getting rid of crap that's already on it. Getting the adhesive off the window. I still need to do that. Getting all this off. I gotta go get the rubber wheel for it. Also getting this off. I don't really know if I want to put 335i badges on. You can't really tell they're there, and it looks fine without it. I'm gonna try to clean up these headlights, or taillights and headlights some. Just more cosmetic stuff. And I'm gonna search for some more stock suspension because I messaged one dude about it. And you know, I need springs and shocks and everything because I don't have anything at all. It's coilovers and it's junk. And he wanted 350, so he was completely bugging. And also, some good news is when I was doing the downpipes, I don't think you can tell in the video, but it has had the lower control arms replaced. They're brand new, like they look brand new. In the rear, I don't think anything's been changed because every single time I go up a bump, the entire rear end of the car feels like it's a drop out of it. So that's not good. Whoever did work on this car beforehand did a very poor job because all the water pump bolts were loose. I don't know if they were loose. They were probably stripped. They weren't all the way seated. So they probably used the ones that they gave them because I know for not the E chassis ones, they use steel bolts. But on the F chassis cars with the N55, they actually used aluminum bolts, which were stretch. So they provide you with those with the new kit, which does usually signify they got a better kit. But those are for those cars and not these, and it may have used these. One thing I did notice when I was doing the downpipes is one of the bolts was not fully seated for the transmission, and one of the bolts was missing. So I assume the transmission has been replaced on this, either from wear or from it being too low, and they cracked a pan and caused an issue because there was damage on the pan. I noticed little spots missing. So that's where I'm guessing all my undercovers went, because this car has none at all. And one other thing that kind of signifies this is every time I put it in the manual mode, the little light right there doesn't light up. And it'll shift on its own like it's in drive, but it does let me shift through the gears, which is a little weird. This car doesn't have paddles because it's not an M Sport, so it makes things a little weird, but it does do what you want it to do sometimes. Alrighty, new thing just happened. I was just chilling inside. It just turned off on me. I went to go jump it because that's what I've been doing. And I know how I mentioned I just put the ground on. I didn't realize this, but that's just kind of loose. So let's see if this fixes the issue. Yep, couldn't get it seated right. This was just stuck to the bottom of it, some sort of plastic. So I'm going to reseat it now. Well, would you look at that? When you put things in right, it's fine. It doesn't want to come off anymore. So that's 2 issues now I've had with this stupid battery. I've had the main fuse and that. Don't buy one of these. I'm still keeping this in here just in case because I don't trust this thing.